November 2003. I'm a junior in college at NYU. I'd been doing stand-up maybe 2 years. My mom calls me up. She says, Aziz, are you coming home for Thanksgiving? And I said, Ma, you know the money I set aside to come home for Thanksgiving? There's been a change of plan. Dave Chapelle is doing some shows in San Francisco at the Punchline, and I gotta go see that. And she's like, who is Dave Chapelle? I said, he's maybe the greatest comedian alive. She says, is that the guy that goes, I'm Rick James, bitch? And I said, yes. She said, he's hilarious, have a good time. And I went to those shows. I saw it was like 6 shows that he did at the Punchline. And these were those Dave Club shows where he did, you know, really long sets that went to like 4 or 5 in the morning. And they were hilarious, and they were thought-provoking, and it was incredible. And since then, I've gotten to know Dave as a friend. We've done shows together. Beyond being an incredible performer, he is an incredible human being. I remember a moment one time we were at a party. Someone came up to him to ask for a photo. And he said, hey, we're not here to take pictures. We're here to make memories. And that's a beautiful sentiment. And that's how he lives his life. He treats every moment like it has a potential to be a wonderful memory, you know? Early this year, Dave and I, we did some shows together in Austin, Texas. We finished the shows, and we're in the green room together, and Dave said, what kind of night are you trying to have tonight, Aziz? And I says, you know, I'm probably gonna take it easy. We went hard yesterday, and we got shows tomorrow. And he said, well, you wanna eat these psychedelic mushrooms I got? They're supposed to be amazing. Sorry, Dave's family. I said, I don't know, Dave. Maybe I'll just take it easy and get some rest for tomorrow. And he said, well, Aziz, no one knows this, but tomorrow they're gonna announce that I am the winner of the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. And he said, what are you gonna tell your kids 20 years from now, Aziz? Are you gonna tell them I was there the day Dave Chapelle found out he won the Mark Twain Award and we ate mushrooms together and we had the night of our lives? Or are you gonna tell them you got some sleep? And I said, Dave, you got a point. Let's eat those mushrooms. To Twain.
This is some real shit. I think if dogs could talk, neglected dogs, they would sound like Dave Chapelle. Like if you leave him in the backyard too long, he'd be complaining, be like, oh shit, son, I need somebody to come back here. Nobody feeds me. Ow!
Yeah, the jacket is fresh as fuck.
Oh!
Fucking mafia.
Hey, Ron, how are you? I'm going to piss.
It looks like you just got back from beating up motherfuckers.
First time anyone ever brought me on stage, guy named J.T. Newton. I don't even know, is J.T. alive? Oh. Seriously?
He lives in Long Island.
Well, that's good news. You ever think a nigga was dead, but he just lived in Long Island? I went to the comedy club with my very best friend. We're still friends to this day. We showed up early. It was 5 o'clock. Back in those days, all you had to do to be a comedian was show up early enough to sign the list. It was 20 spots. I came right after school. I picked 7. My best friend at the time picked the 5th. He bombed. He didn't make it. JT introduced me. He said, folks, everybody's got to start somewhere, and tonight, this young man is starting here. I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, you might be witnessing the birth of a star. Please welcome Dave Chapelle. I went by myself, but by the time I went on, my mother, who was here tonight, And her mother, who is no longer with us, showed up. I begged you not to come. Oh, I begged her not to come. So the only way I can handle this is to confront it. So I went to my grandmother and I said, listen, Nana, listen. I'm gonna say you some things tonight that you have never heard me say. And Mom, you'll appreciate this. Do you remember what your mother said to me?
She said, I've heard worse.
No. She said, baby, do this shit. It was on. I guess what I'm trying to say to you, Mom, not only thank you, but I told you so.
There are times when you need someone.
Yeah, Dave.
I will be by your
We love you, brother.
side.
Yes.
There is a light that shines
Yeah.
special for you and me.
I never knew a la like this. Gotta be something for me to write this. Queen, I ain't seen you in a minute. Wrote this letter and finally decide to send it. Sign, seal, deliver for us to grow together. Love has no limit. Let's spin it slow forever. Your heart is weathered by what studs did to you. I ain't gon' solve them. I did it too. Cause of you feelings I handle with care. Brothers recognize your light. They can't handle the glare. Hey, I ain't the type to walk around with matching shirts. A relationship is effort. I match your work. Be the one that make you happiest, hurt you the most. The end is near. Come close
To the what?
to the most high. Regardless of what happened on him, let's rely.
There are times
Yeah, yeah.
when you need someone.
Say what? Come on.
I will be by your side.
Yeah, let them know about the light, y'all. Come on.
There is a light that shines.
It shines so-
special for you and
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da da, tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da da, tick a da, tick a da, tick a tick a da da. Yo, I tell you the rest when I see you. Peace. Dave, you the greatest, baby. We love you, man. The greatest, brother. A beacon of light.
Do I really want my baby?
Most of my friends are from the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder and made it to the middle and the top.
What to do?
So we all had a long trip.
I know you got to get your hustle. So happy. And I understand the game sometimes, yeah. And I love you strong.
I love coming back. I've been back here many times, but not to celebrate me.
Dave, I love you. We're here for you. Always been here for you because you've always been here for us. And I love you strong, brother.
Richard Pryor was the first recipient of the Twain Prize. When I started SNL, he was the first person I asked to host. In the summer of 2016, with the election looming, there was another person who I was just as determined to have. I knew that for the November 12th show, after the election, it had to be Dave Chapelle.
Thank you.
I knew I needed someone to explain what had just happened. I had to have Dave for the same reason I had to have Richard. He's a truth teller and the funniest person working today. This was going to be a big moment for SNL and for him. I knew when the moment came, Dave would be ready for it.
But America's done it. We've actually elected an internet troll as our president. And the whites were furious. We've never seen anything like it. I haven't seen white people this mad since the OJ verdict. It was a split screen with white people on both sides. Ah! Nah, I'm not saying I'm enjoying it. I'm just saying I've never seen this before. I watched a white riot in Portland, Oregon on television the other night.
That Wednesday, the day after the election, we had our read-through for the show. The mood was pretty bleak. And people were feeling tense and very vulnerable. It was a mess. Dave sat down beside me, looked at everyone, and sensed the emotion in the room. He asked if he could read a quote by Toni Morrison. The quote read, "This is precisely the time when artists go to work. There's no time for despair, no place for self-pity, no need for silence, no room for fear. We speak, we write, we do languages. This is how civilizations heal." I knew then that we'd be okay. The show opened with Kate McKinnon singing Hallelujah as Hillary Clinton, and then out walked Dave. I had no idea what he was going to do. I'd like to think he did, but I'm not even sure about that. He was breathtaking. He was brilliant. It was a landmark show.
I'm wishing Donald Trump luck, and I'm going to give him a chance. And we, the historically disenfranchised, demand that he give us one too. Thank you very much.
Your ability to speak your mind, regardless of how anybody feels about it, that fearlessness to entertain the way that you want to, has definitely pierced my life to the point where I played a werewolf choreographer last night. And I was very proud to do it. And I learned all of that from you. You know, I hold your first 2 seasons of the Chapelle Show up against any sketch comedy show, I would say, in history. It's just brilliant.
Good evening and welcome to the first and maybe only racial draft here in New York City.
And I'm excited to see who's going to be drafted by which race. And the blacks have actually won the first pick. Oh my.
Wow, that's the first lottery a black person's won in a long time, Billy.
Yes, and they'll probably still complain.
Man, fuck you.
Black delegation. Shoot, Tiger Woods.
The richest and most dominant athlete in the world. Now he is officially black.
So long, fried rice. Hello, fried chicken. I love you, Dad!
I had no idea you had so many old white fans. But
I feel like I died and went to Brooks Brothers, but I think honesty gets thrown around a lot. People talk about honesty in comedy, but a lot of great comedians don't always tell the truth. I mean, Rodney Dangerfield, I looked it up, was actually very well respected. He lied the whole time. When we talk about honesty, we talk about not being afraid to tell people the truth about how we feel, because that's the connection that comedians can have with people, and I think nobody does it better than you ever. And that's what we learn from, because we all know that we're a part of the joke. Dave makes it, he's willing to make fun of everybody, whether you're white or gay. End of list. He's...
Everybody loves me, and I love everybody. I got friends who are L's, I got friends who are B's, and I got friends who are G's. But the T's hate my fucking guts. And I don't blame them. It's not their fault, it's mine. I can't stop telling jokes about these things. I don't want to write these jokes, but I just can't stop.
It's weird for me to even talk to you about comedy, because you can tell everybody in this room everything there is to know about comedy, but there's one thing that you'll never know about comedy, and that's doing comedy with a Dave Chapelle to look up to. So I thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Word.
And I'm here to celebrate Mark Twain.
To me, that's comedy. If you don't believe me that Mark Twain is hilarious, I would just like to read a brief passage from Huckleberry Finn.
Okay. All right. Tighten up.
Huck Finn turned to his friend Jim, or as we called him, you don't have to read the whole passage.
We're gonna make love tonight? As friends.
I have to come in now.
Oh, you smell delicious. Because I love him so much. I'm like I'm very emotional person. You know this. I'm gonna cry for you.
I swear to God, I've never seen an art form purer than stand-up comedy. It puzzles me that people are confused if this is an art or not. Man, talking shit is an art. Talking shit is an art. Ain't that right, Mary? All the stand-up comics in the room, I just want to remind you, I promise you, and I've always said it, we have the best genre. We don't have to know anything but what we know. And everything we know is valuable because of what we do with it. Stay true to yourself, fuck the game, the money will come. Most of you won't make it. I'm gonna be honest. I heard an interview with Patton Oswalt, famous comedian, started 1 week apart from me. Patton says in an interview with Terry Gross, you know how Terry goes, yes. Patton said to Terry Gross, he said, Terry, nobody does good their first time doing stand-up. And he stopped. I was driving in the car listening to this interview, and he goes, okay, Dave Chapelle did good his first time doing stand-up. I smiled from ear to ear. Patton didn't tell Terry is the next 7 or 8 times were fucking terrible. But the first time was so motherfucking good. It'd be like the first time you had sex, and then the second time you were having sex, somebody hit you in the head with a sledgehammer. This is not nearly as good as the first time. But you know what? Maybe someone won't hit me in the head with a sledgehammer the 9th or 10th time.
I don't even necessarily believe in politics, but I think that trust in politics is something that the country desperately needs.
President Bush continues to make his case for an invasion of Iraq.
After carefully examining the region, me and my cabinet agree that that area is definitely ripe for regime change.
All right?
That nigga tried to kill my phone! Man, Lincoln is fucking up. Damn. Truman is fucking up. Man, Carter is fucking up.
George Washington is the worst of the worst. Yes, I said it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. Go get me a sandwich, nigger, or I'll kill you. Liberty, justice for all.
I watched Donald Trump in a press conference. I am going to bring back coal. Coal? I'm not even exaggerating. I have never in my life even seen a fucking lump of coal. If you're gonna have motherfuckers digging around in the dirt looking for shit, find me some truffles, nigga. That's what I'm about. This is a fucking election year. We gotta be serious. Every able-bodied African American must register for a legal firearm. That's the only way they'll change the law.
Although America is the greatest nation in the world, we still face many modern problems. Healthcare is in shambles. Medicaid doesn't work. Meanwhile, our neighbors in Canada have free health care for all their citizens. So what am I suggesting? Fake Canadian ID cards for all Americans. I'm Dave Chapelle, and I want to represent you.
Everybody's mad at police now. I watched that. You see that shit on Netflix? The making a murderer? The Stephen Avery story? Yeah, well, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Stephen Avery is in more trouble than any white person in the history of the United States has ever been in. And a justice system designed for him to thrive, he's failed miserably twice. I can't even wrap my mind around it. If Making a Murderer was about a black dude, that shit would be called Duh. Of course everything can go wrong. Seems like he did it all right. The motherfucker even had $200,000 for his legal defense. That should get you off in Wisconsin. That's like OJ money. All he needed to get off that he didn't have was a single black juror. That's all it would have took. Because only a black dude in the United States can look at 11 other dudes and be like, I think the police did this shit. He's fucked up in the game. That's how OJ got off. I've been watching that new OJ show. I can't get enough of that shit. Doesn't it bring back good memories? But I forgot how, like, just how polarizing that OJ case was. And you know, I've met OJ Simpson on 4 different occasions in my life. And before the end of the show, I will tell you about each of those occasions. The first time I met O.J. Simpson, I was in Santa Monica. Santa Monica? Yeah. I can't believe a black dude was like, Santa Monica. He was the last niggas I was expecting to say that. Let's see your shoes. You got some Vans on, nigga? What you got on? Santa Monica! You? At the time, I was 18. I had done a show, and then a guy from the club came up and was like, hey, O.J. Simpson's here, and he said he wants to meet you. I said, what? Fuck yeah. I ran down the steps, and O.J. was down there. He was like, hey, yo, man, how are you? It's very good to meet you, and you're doing really good work, and I hope good things happen for you in your life. I was like, man, thanks, Mr. Juice. Standing beside him, well, I don't know the nice way to say this, his soon-to-be slain wife. Ladies and gentlemen, man the fuck up or you're not gonna make it through the end of this show. Just man the fuck up. She's dead, you already know, we know what happened. We don't know who did it, but we know what happened. I should tell you that woman was very nice to me. She actually embraced me. She said, I think you're adorable. And she hugged me. She goes, good luck to you. And she held me for a long time. And I whispered in her ear, bitch, are you trying to get us both killed? I'm just kidding, I didn't say that. But that was the first time in a nutshell. It's good to see so many different people here from so many different ethnicities. Very diverse crowd. Looks like you thought Bernie Sanders was gonna come out in this motherfucker, but surprise, it's me. Yeah. Yeah, no, you know, I'm happy really to see black people come. You know, a lot of black people don't fuck with me like they used to. But there's a lot of reasons, there's a few reasons you don't see black people at my shows. One is because obviously black people have slower internet connections. I mean, that would be my guess. I don't know what. Actually, my own actions drew a wedge between me and the community I hold so dear. A couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to be in Flint, Michigan for a charity benefit that was supposed to raise awareness for the appalling condition of the water in Flint. I don't know if you know this, but the water in Flint is fucking poisonous. It's actually making people sick. I mean, Hollywood people like, so what? At least they have water. But this water, this water's fucked up. So a lot of black celebrities flew into Flint and they did a tremendous charity benefit and I was on the schedule to appear. So the reason a lot of people haven't heard about this benefit, it was the same day as the Oscars. Right, I know. So I was on my way to the airport to go to Flint, and then Chris Rock calls me and is like, hey, Dave, I got a ticket for you for the Oscars. Can you make it? And I was like, sure, nigga, I'm on my way to the airport right now. Oh, come on, man. What am I gonna do about that water? What am I, a fucking superhero? I need to have fun. I need to live too. I didn't fuck that water up. Stevie Wonder was there. They didn't need me. I'm sorry. I was excited. I knew I was gonna get something. Black press came at me. Excuse me, brother. When you hear somebody call you brother too much, something terrible about that. Excuse me, brother. And I look back, and the motherfucker had a tuxedo with a kid claw tie. I said, uh-oh. He said, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. And then he hit me with, so David, do you have any movie ideas that you would like to pursue? The truth is, I don't. But if you know the game, you're not supposed to tell motherfuckers you don't have ideas. I was like, yeah, man, I got plenty of ideas. And he called my bluff. Really? Like what? Huh? And then I just started making up shit that I thought maybe he'd like to see. I said, I have a superhero idea. He goes, really? I go, yeah, he's a gay superhero. He was like, really? What's it called? Huh? Oh, it's called Same Hero, New Boots. It's about a gay sous chef in San Francisco. He gets bit by a radioactive rat on his shift when he's taking out the trash. And is blessed with powers beyond his wildest dreams. Supersonic, gay kind of powers. And he starts saving everybody in San Francisco. But at first, he only saves gay people. Later, he saves everybody, and the whole city just falls in love with him. The only problem is, no one remembers him when he saves them. Well, I don't understand. Why wouldn't they remember him? I said, because, dummy, he's gay. He keeps changing his outfit. People come up, thanks for saving, mister. What's your name anyway? And he's like, same hero, new boots, and that motherfucker flies away. He was like, I like it a lot. The Texan didn't like that shit at all. He was upset. That's impossible, gay superhero. I said, what? Well, I have others. I have a superhero you love because he's stronger than Superman and he fights for truth, justice, and the American way like Superman, but more than Superman. He beats up Mexicans for no reason. The Texan's like, you got my attention. I was like, man, this motherfucker is so strong, he can fly and do all this great shit. Only problem with this guy is he can't even activate his powers unless he touches a woman's vagina. Not a long touch, just a couple of pats.